Easter is just days away, so let's make some hot cross buns together. Last year, I did a classic hot cross bun, and I'm linking it here for you. This year, let's change things up a bit. Hi everyone, I'm Aru, and today we are making chocolate hot cross buns. Let's jump straight into it. To make the dough, start by activating your yeast. We are using dry active yeast for this, and to activate it, simply add it to some lukewarm milk with a little bit of sugar. Pour the milk into the bowl of your stand mixer and always check the milk by dipping a finger in to make sure it's neither too hot nor too cold. Add in the yeast and a tablespoon of sugar, give it a quick mix and let it sit for about 5 minutes, and you will see it starting to froth up like this. Now if your yeast doesn't froth up, that means it's dead. That means your dough won't rise, so you will have to start again with some fresh yeast. Once it's frothy, add in the rest of the sugar. Now go in with the flour and the cocoa powder and sift this straight into the bowl. Then add in the vanilla paste and a little bit of cinnamon powder for a bit of warmth. And finally, add in the salt. The salt shouldn't directly touch the yeast because it will kill it. Yes, I know, yeast is very temperamental. Get this mixing with a dough hook on a low speed. As the ingredients start to combine, add in 1 egg and let it mix for about 5 minutes. You will see it starting to come together. Then, go in with some room temperature butter. Let this mix on a medium speed. And while that's mixing, add in a spoon of marmalade. Let that mix away for about 10 minutes more. At this point, pinch a bit of the dough to check. If it's still not very elasticy, then it needs to mix a little while longer. And since this dough is also pretty sticky, I'm adding in just 1 spoon of flour. Let this beat for about 5 to 7 minutes more and then check again. Once you have a dough that's stretchy and elasticy like this, it means the gluten has developed, so you're good to go. Clean your workbench and give it a light sprinkling of flour, because we have to knead this dough by hand just for a few minutes. Tip the dough out onto the lightly floured work surface and then gently stretch it out with your hands until you get a flat-ish dough. This doesn't need to be precise. We are doing this just to add in the chocolate chips. Once the dough is stretched out, sprinkle in about half of your chocolate chips onto the dough. Make sure to evenly cover the dough and then pull the 2 sides of the dough and fold it in over the dough to seal in those chocolate chips. Press it down and flatten it out a little again. This doesn't have to be as flat as before. We're just adding in more chips. And then fold this again. Flatten it out a little bit more and then add the last of the chips and then kind of bring in all the sides to the middle to seal in all of those chips. Give the dough a quick knead by hand to make sure that the chocolate chips are fairly evenly distributed. And then form this into a ball shape by tugging all the edges in under the dough. The top should be nice and smooth. Now don't worry if a few chips pop out here and there. Once the dough is ready, oil the bowl and then pop your dough in. Cover this with cling film and a duster, or just a damp cloth even is fine. And then leave this in a warm place to rise. 1.5 hours if you live somewhere hot like I do, about 2 hours if not, but until the dough has basically doubled in size. Punch that dough to degas it. 100% this is my favorite part about making bread. Tip the dough out onto a lightly floured work surface and then cut it up into 12 equal pieces. Now you can eyeball it, but it's always better to measure it out. Each dough ball should be about 80 to 85 grams in weight. Work quickly at this point because you don't want the dough drying out. Once you have portioned out the dough, cover it with some cling film. And then take out one at a time and knead it to form it into a ball. Here's a close-up of how to knead this and shape it into a ball. Keep each dough ball on a lined baking tray. Keep a gap between each bun because it will almost double in size as they have their second proof. Once all 12 hot cross buns are done, cover with some cling film and a duster and keep this in a warm place to rise again until they have doubled in size. It should take somewhere from 30 to 45 minutes. While the buns are proofing, preheat your oven to 180 Celsius and make the paste that we need to pipe the crossers with. Now this is super simple to make. Just mix together flour and water until you get a paste-like consistency and then put this paste into a piping bag. I always fold the end of the piping bag over my hand like this and then put the filling in. It helps to hold the piping bag in place and it stops the filling or the icing from getting everywhere and making a huge mess. Push the paste to the bottom of the bag and then twist the top like this to stop it from coming out from the open end. And then snip off a tiny bit from the tip of the piping bag and then set this aside. Once your hot cross buns have doubled in size, remove the cling film and then give it a quick egg wash. Egg wash is simply just applying some beaten egg on top of your dough. It helps get that beautiful bake to your bun. Once you have brushed on the egg, then pipe on the crossers. Squeeze the piping bag with even pressure and then drag it across each bun. Use your non-dominant hand, in my case the left hand, to hold the other hand steady while doing this. Turn the tray and pipe a line across at a 90-degree angle from the previous line. Pop this in the oven and bake for 20 to 25 minutes. Once it's out of the oven, let it cool for like 5 minutes. Now we aren't done yet. There's one more step to make this hot cross bun just that much better. Brush on some of that orange marmalade on top as well. Do this while the hot cross buns are still warm so that it soaks into the bun and almost creates a shiny glaze. And now your chocolate chip hot cross buns are ready. The best way to eat these is with lots and lots of salted butter while they're still warm. Pair this with a cup of tea or coffee and you're golden. If you're eating this once it's cooled down, just slice it in the middle, toast it in a pan, cut side down, and then apply some butter. And that is how to make chocolate hot cross buns this Easter. Now, if you want a classic hot cross bun, then check out my recipe from last year. Subscribe for more and come back for the next video where I will be turning some Easter eggs into a delicious treat. See you in the next one. Bye.